Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Okay. Alright, hopefully y'all can hear me. Alright, so this is what folks are affectionately calling Sit Down and Shut Up with Juzzy. What we're going to be doing today is you're going to be playing a first to three set with LostFaithHalo, one of my fellow Discord members from Fight Rise. We'll be running a first to three. We'll go over some replay review stuff, talk about some of the decisions being made in Discord after this, and then run a first to three afterwards for posterity, I guess, to see if anything stuck. So, without further ado, let me go ahead and get this thing started. He's ready.
Fighting Master.
Got the dope intro. Alright, so Halo's been on Terry for a bit. They were on Bison before, and I think they made Master on Terry, and they've been grinding it out. So let's see where they're at.
Round one. Fight.
That was nice. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh man, I'm not good today, huh? That was nice. Super me here, huh? Oh, that was nice. I should be dead, right? Oh, that was nice away. Oh, I didn't land it. reversal. Try to press. Oh, that's an unfortunate. Try to back up, maybe? Just wasn't going. The Junior loops is what I live for. Doesn't bite, huh? That was dope. Uh-oh. Oh, I dropped it. Man, that sucks. Oh, okay. That was dope. That was dope. I should have supered the first time. The double shimmy? Dude, yeah, yeah. Halo doesn't tech. Oh, that's the wrong punch. Well, how'd they know to tech there, huh? Oh my god. Oh, am I dead? Oh, they would have. I would have been if they didn't drop that. I would have been dead. Oh. Like, hope my internet didn't crap out there. Man, I'm like all spaghetti today, huh? That's an unfortunate time to try to back up. Oh. Huh? Oh, that was nice. Oh. Oh no. Oh, it wasn't enough. Man, I feel like we're both dropping stuff. Like that should have been a kill on that jump for level 3. I feel like that crack shoot that they're doing there should be safe, right? Oh no, I dropped it again. I'm dead. Should be dead, right? Okay. Okay, that was nice. can't believe I dropped that super. That sucks.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh, full screen. Oh. Fortunately, they went for like a delay button there, and immediate tech timing beat that. Nice whip punish. Whew. That would have been embarrassing if I lost more than that, huh? No, I'm just gonna Halo tank. So let's get them into voice chat here. And then we just gotta make sure Discord is turned up in our settings here. Hey, can you hear me? Test, 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 test. Sorry, let's make sure my we can hear you on the stream also. I think I have it wrong. So I'ma tell the truth, I get my grind on. You know the pressure make all of these diamonds. I tell them get back, step back, fast track, big lap. Give me a mic check. Yeah.
Hello, hello.
All right, cool.
Test.
Test. All right, I need to stream this and then we can talk about it.
All right.
So hopefully you can see. So what'd you think? How'd you feel about that set?
I think it was all right. I definitely could have. I definitely had a lot of misinputs, which kind of sucked. But like, you know, it is what it is at that point. Misinputs are misinputs. Stuff to work on.
Yeah. I mean, most of the stuff that was happening was pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of your spacing and stuff was pretty solid. Let's take a look at one of the replays for our first match.
Yeah, I think like I could use some of the anti-Ken tech that Naomi did, but like at the moment it was just like not my brain.
Sure. That's the one you want, and then add this one too.
Oh yes, the one where we went 0-0.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't list any of the wins here. Maybe it did updates later. Let's take a look at this for this one though. So the first game.
Won.
Yeah.
It's untelling.
No one knows. All right.
Come on, get ready. Don't expect me to be a pushover.
All right, so this was our second game, right? I think
Yeah.
some of the initial nerves of being on stream and stuff might have waved off by then because we were both dropping a bunch of stuff. So we'll take this one.
Yeah.
So right here, what happened? Right, looks like you were trying to press.
I tried to fireball, but I think I
Okay.
was in I was still in like recovery from.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think I just input it late.
Yeah, you were in parry. Yeah. Okay, you can see it there. So you were in parry still.
Yeah.
And you were still recovering from that, so that's when you got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So that right there, I think, you can take a look at the spacing for the fireball here. Right? So if we go back...
I think it would have been... I think it might have been too close anyway.
Yeah,
but
so this distance for sure, no matter how good your fireball
I think
is.
it would have snuffed you out if you had like done a normal.
Yeah, I think...
Because like his does trade a lot right there.
Yeah,
in that
from here,
spacing, which is... Yeah.
it just depends, right? So from this spacing, right, before I jump, so you go into a power wave there, right? So if I had, so that is what? Let's stick with the frames here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, right? So that's already 10-ish frames that you're doing the startup, right?
Yeah.
So if I had actually counter poked here with like a faster medium, something like a crouching medium kick, might not have reached. Maybe a stand medium kick from Ken could have reached here.
Yeah.
I think that actually ends up stuffing your fireball, right? So
yeah.
Right. So because here, what happened was you got hit, right? So you got hit by the stand heavy kick, right? So Ken doesn't get a lot of reward for landing a stand heavy kick in neutral like this, right? He gets the hit, does a little damage, you know, spaced out here, so it's still, you know, it's good for Ken to land that, obviously.
Yeah.
But you're not getting it, like Ken isn't getting, I'm not getting a huge follow-up from here, right?
Yeah.
So what
I think
what
that's kind of what I was banking on, was you being too spaced out for like hitting another normal. So I could fireball, but like the jump was just out of the books.
Yeah, so if I, like, yeah, it's something to consider, right? Is that at this spacing here, what I'm affectionately calling the ranked experience is that people are going to jump from here, right? Like half screen, you know, inside a half screen, stuff like this, they're going to jump, right? That's just how ranked is, right? For everybody involved, right? So in this situation here at this spacing, fireballing, you know, again, probably not ideal here. Obviously, I jump in, which is a huge reward for me as Ken, right? Or anybody really can jump in. So your risk reward, and I'm going to talk to you like that because you're master, you obviously know what you're talking about here, what we're doing here. But your risk reward here is very heavily skewed towards me, right? So let's say this fireball hits me. Nothing, right? You land the fireball, you get a little space back. Not necessarily a huge reward. Like then that's best case scenario, right? It hits me. Right? I don't do anything, I get caught walking forward or something, it hits me, maybe get a little damage, right? But your risk of me jumping in is huge, right? Like I get a full combo and a corner carry, right? So you know, something to consider, right? There's, and certainly not like something where the fireball was objectively wrong. You know what I mean? Like it's just you made that decision, it didn't quite work out for you in this case, and the risk reward was a little bit more skewed towards higher risk, less reward, right? So something to consider when you're making decisions in game, especially in neutral like that, right? Because that jump, you know, puts you in a position here where now you're minus like 25 or something like that. You have to deal with Ken's Oki, which is absurd, obviously. So, this is a good reversal though. So this was the first knockdown, I think, of the game, of this particular game. And I think at a higher level, when you start getting into master, rotation of defensive options here becomes way more important, right? Because at this level, master, even in diamond, I think, offenses are actually pretty airtight and solid, right? So you need to make a defensive decision here. And this is a good one, right? I think that doing a reversal early like this kind of sets the tone.
I think this was already a rotation of my defense as well, because before, like the game before this, I think it did a lot of drive reversal on your Oki. So you swapped over to doing crouch jab instead.
Yep, and this blows through that, right? So that's a good adjustment. And I think I said it on stream too when I was playing. I was like, oh, that was a good reversal. So, good follow up here. Obviously, I went for parry, tried to go for parry, which again, for me on my end, that if I got perfect parry, it would have been great. But you can see the defensive decision difference here, though, right? Is that the risk reward is not as it's not as like sway or variance, right? Not as big variance. Right. So this is a fairly low risk. At worst, you drive rush throw, or try to bait something or something like that, and then I eat a punish counter throw, which is 20%. But if you go for like a button here or any sort of bait, unless you're close, right? Like at worst, again, I'm eating a punish counter throw, right? So that's why that decision was made. Now, of course,
or like at most punish counter, like back throw, which, like,
something like that, right? Which again, in this situation, maybe isn't the best. I mean, Terry's back throw is decent, right? It's not like Ken's where
he doesn't get like a ton of good Oki from it if I'm not like directly in corner, but yeah.
So let's see what happens here. So you get the reversal. Drive wish follow up parry, and then I think here what happens is you press a button that whiffs, right? So and then
it looks like it's in your hitbox too. That's so
Yeah.
unfortunate.
So it wasn't a full whiff punish here, because obviously there's no punish counter. But what I did
Yeah.
catch was you weren't blocking. Right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of unfortunate. I don't know if you just expected it to hit, but
I think I just autopiloted target combo there.
okay. Okay.
So
Yeah, because you see you pushing the heavy button here,
Yeah.
right? So full
Yeah.
expectation was gonna hit. I'm not gonna be mad at that. I think like any reasonable person watching this in real time would have thought, oh, that might have hit me, and it whiffed, right? So,
Yeah.
You know, that's okay. The unfortunate thing though is that because this lands, it's such a huge reward for Ken, right? So,
Yeah.
Ken. Okay, full combo here. So good job here on the setup. This is plus for Ken,
Mhm.
so you don't bite, which is good. Ooh, and then there, what happened, right? So
I tried crouching medium kicking your walk up.
okay, so you might have been out of range, I think.
I think I
Oh,
was
I
just too
stuffed it.
slow.
Yeah, too slow. Yeah, so at this range here, right? I think if you're reading shimmy, I can kind of see that. Like if you're reading me,
Yeah.
kind of shimmy you there, then I think that's an okay decision. What folks do tend to do though in this right here, because I just hit you, right? I think is what it is. Like I've landed a hit of some kind. Oh, it was a block. Okay.
Block string. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So here, in this situation, if you're reading shimmy and you went for crouch medium kick, I'm not mad at that. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Because I tend to do that. Walk up throw is something you've decided that it's okay to lose to, I suppose, in that scenario. So it's fine. Because the reward, again, so huge for you if you land that crouch medium kick, right? Drive
Yeah.
rush, side switch, all that good stuff happens if you do that, right? Or you're out of the corner at the very least. But taking the throw is okay here too. Trying to press is probably fine. If you really wanted to, if you were thinking I'm gonna walk up throw though, maybe a jab would be better here. To try to stop that. But again, if you're reading shimmy and you've decided that's what you're gonna do, then I'm not mad at that decision because that's a fine decision too. So just didn't go your way. So in the throw loop situation, you go for a delay tech, which I think is fine. Here is kind of tough, right? So if I go back, right? Let's just do that. Right. You take the throw. So I'm gonna do 3 jabs here, right?
Yeah.
So it's technically your turn here. But look at the meter situation is kind of meter and life situation should be dictating kind of where your defensive options should be, right? Crouching medium kick drive rush is a very aggressive option in this situation, right?
Yeah.
Even if you land it and you side switch or you land full combo based on the meter situation, you're going to be burned out. I'm going to lose about 25% maybe of health, right?
Yeah.
Depending on how much you wanted to spend in terms of super or whatever, or what your combo conversion looks like. And maybe it's a better position, but I'm going to have full meter. It's going to be my turn, and one conversion is still going to kill you, right? So the burnout here is actually pretty rough. And then I think what I did here was I actually did an immediate tech. And the reason for that was because you had been delaying your button, right? You did drive rush delay button a few times.
Like absolutely fucking eating you every single time.
Yeah, right. So I noticed that, so I tried to change up what I was doing there by doing an immediate tech instead to try to get that, right? So that beats that, right? You get thrown. And then now this position is pretty rough for you, right? You burned out like 2 hits away, basically. One hit away, 1 straight hit, 2 straight hits, you're dead. You have level 1, but not a lot of it. It's still early in the round. I have a ton of health and a ton of meter, right? So I can kind of do whatever I want, right? So what ends up happening looks like you tried to do a second fireball. So similar to what happened at the beginning of the round, where you try to fireball and then fireball again. The drive rush eats your inputs, and then you done, right? So again, I think most of the decision making here was actually really good, especially on defense. There were a couple of situations that ended up losing it, and I think the burnout was probably the bigger one, right?
Yeah.
Because you still have a chance there, right? If you don't drive rush me there, maybe you poke me, or maybe you can still try to fight your way out of the corner. Because I'm not, at that point, if I'm considering what's happening here, at that point, I am not going to be very aggressive, right? I'm not going to overextend. I have 3 conversions that you need to land 2 to 3 full conversions, and you have no meter, right? So meterless conversions typically in this game, obviously lower, especially for Terry, right? So, I don't need to extend at all. I can just wait for you to make a mistake and do that. So that's what ended up happening, right? And the other thing is that when you burn out like that in the situation, obviously it's really bad. But then it was at that point, like, what can you do? Not a whole lot, right? Even if it was like the top player in the world, right, and they're 2 hits away like that, no meter, a bit of level 1 against a Ken with full meter and full resources, it's very difficult. Right? So So I started jumping at you a lot. I don't know if you picked up on it.
You can see my miss input here.
Yeah. So I think you got the idea. Hey, Satoru, what's good? So you got the idea that I was trying to test that a little bit.
Yeah.
So interesting here, or maybe I missed this. Okay, so you only delay tech against the drive rush, huh?
Yeah.
That's fine, I think. Ken in that situation is +4, so I think it is enough, especially at that space. It should be enough for me to get a small shimmy if you decide to go for a throw like that.
Yeah, and I think you did hit me with it towards like the end of the set as well.
So. Yeah, so that's tough, right? What was happening here, and I'll tell you what I was thinking, was that you really wanted to hit me with a low forward here, right?
Yeah.
So I'm pressing kind of outside of your range, right? I'm at the tip of my stand light kick. Stand heavy kick kind of pokes you, right? So that's technically a space trap there, right? If I decided to press in that situation, you would eat it, right?
Yeah.
And I ended up doing that to you again, right? So here, right? Small whiff punish, because in my head, right, as the offensive player, I'm thinking they've tried to hit me with, Terry's tried to hit me with crouching medium kick twice, right? They've pressed it already once. So I think they're trying to get out with that button. Now again, I'm paying attention to this right here, right?
Yeah.
Your meter, right? As the offensive player, because it dictates what you are willing to do, right? Or what you should be able to do, right? In this case, I know you have a drive rush here, right? So that's what's happening. So the defensive position here to try to hit me with a crouching medium kick is probably fine. I think what got you here was the whiff punish move, right? This movement of mine outside that range, right? So combo here. Okay. So I go for the same setup again that I was doing earlier, except this time I neutral jump, right? And I think you tech. Oh no, you don't tech, you parry. So good. That's good. That's a good defensive decision, I think. I don't know if you recognize the setup or not, but if you did, that's good. And if you didn't and you just decided to block here, it's also good. Right?
Yeah.
You don't tech a lot, which is good. I think you tech in certain situations where it probably makes sense to tech, and I think that's good. So you let me back off here. So interestingly, right, you've been trying to hit me with a crouching medium punch or crouching medium kick the last interaction.
Yeah.
And then the interaction where I back off, you don't do it again, right? You decide to be a little more passive, right?
I think that's just like the jump in effect, where like if you jump in, I give you more freedom.
And it's very, very difficult, right? Right there, right?
Yeah.
That's very hard to recognize what I'm going to do as the offensive player, right? I just landed a jump in on you. You blocked it. Well, parried technically. But you parried it, and I could go in, but I'm still, it's still technically my turn, right? I can press buttons on it.
Yeah.
I can go for throw or whatever else. So it's kind of what I was saying before, where if you're going to make a defensive decision, just make it beforehand and go for it. And I think this was a fine decision to make. But something that I think in Master you got to keep in mind too is that the offensive player is also rotating their options, right? Like I'm not overextending, right? I'm trying to back off, get my space back because you have been struggling with this spacing. And looking at the meter situation, right, I can't extend any further, right? Like I can't do a drive rush cancel or anything like that to extend my combo here. So I don't quite have level 3 yet, but even if I did, it'd probably kill you, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Close. If I can get a full Jinrai loop. But I probably can't kill you with this interaction if I cash out, right? I'd have to hit, I have to hit a couple of things to do that, to be sure, right? To make absolutely sure. Whereas your situation here, you have 2 interactions to live with, right? And 4 bars here. This is a full bar. So I take a little bit of a risk by backing off, not overextending. But if you had decided to press again, crouch medium kick here, you would attack, right? And then full combo on that. So again, I don't think the decision making is necessarily wrong. I think you actually make pretty good decisions. It's just it didn't quite work out, right? You decided, I'm gonna throw scissors and I happen to throw rock, right? So, We'll talk about Jinrai, dealing with Jinrai in a bit. People like hearing me talk about that, so we'll talk about that. This was sick. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, right here.
Yeah.
I just hold this out. So that double move right here, like you not biting on that was amazing, right? Because right here, right?
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2, like, right? Most people will press something there. They'll attack, they'll press something, right? So that was a really good discipline to not bite on it.
Yeah.
I think that if you had been aggressive there in that situation, and went for the crouching medium kick, it would have hit there, right? You would have been able to line that up with that. But I think it was fine to do what you did there. Because you do get out, right? So I get tagged, right? As I'm trying to apply more pressure. Because I went for a stand heavy punch, which was minus. And then if you look at my inputs here, I'm actually going for a throw, right?
Yeah.
So you recognizing that is good. So for that, hey Zane, what's up? So I did wonder about those crack shoots that were flipping over. Is that a side switch for Terry, or is that like a
yes?
miss? Okay, gotcha.
It's a more confident side switch because I can also do medium knuckle for a bit of more consistent one, but or consistent on plus frames, but the consistency on it not hitting the person,
I see,
changes.
Okay.
So it's just better to go for consistency.
Okay, gotcha. So here, this should have been a trade combo on my end, but I dropped it. So
yeah.
Play a little neutral, throw a fireball, drive rush, and I think you tried to check, right?
Yeah.
With this. Hey, Kid Icarus, what's good? Yeah, sitting down, shutting up, and learning. So here it's actually a trade combo for Ken, right?
Yeah.
And I dropped it. I think, right? So that should have been super kill you, all that good stuff, but it didn't.
Yeah.
And that's life. So you had a chance here, plus. So this was good recognition, right? To back up here. Anti-air. So that was good, right?
Yeah.
A good offensive sequence for you there to try to bait me into doing something right, given the life totals.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get hit.
I think.
Yep.
I could have finished it there. Oh, I guess inputted. Yeah,
I could have finished it too. Oh, that was nice. So that's a good decision, definitely. I went for Jinrai and autopilot and got smoked for it, right? So that's good.
I think like the second time, it kind of clicked that like, oh, even if this is space, you're gonna get tagged by my level.
If I go for the overhead there, yeah. If I had gone for Jinrai into nothing,
spaced low and spaced like nothing, still get tagged.
Not on hit.
You worked it out.
Not on hit there.
On hit. I think that was on block.
Because you're on block. Oh, sorry, it's on block, but you're burned out. Is what it is.
Oh yeah.
If you weren't burned out, you would blow me up for sure there.
Yeah.
But since you're burned out, you're actually -3, I think there. So
yeah,
I'm -3 rather. So it's safe, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, this is good here. I think you tagged me walking back, right? Oh, it's just straight. Okay. So that was good. Conversion. Good throw. Follow up. All right. So offense here. Go for a dash up, right? And I'm just blocking, right? So actually, I delay tech, I think.
You do a lot of like delay jab, and I tried to like mess you up with it, but it was just like not working out with what I was trying to do.
Yeah, delay jab is definitely a stronger option against folks that are trying to do like stagger timings and delay like button timings and like kind of weaving in and out of that range to try to get me to do something. And a lot of times like a delay jab I'll try to line it up for when you start to move forward, right? So doing that helps a ton. And then obviously something I'll mention now is that being ready to convert those straight jabs into crouching medium punch or something like that for on that, right? And I think you saw me do that a couple of times during our set where I had landed a counter hit jab and then straight into crouching medium punch drive rush, and all of a sudden you're in the corner, right?
Yeah.
So good tech. Ooh, stuffed. Oh, and then I dropped the conversion, but that's life. Okay, so right here is something that is interesting, and I think I tagged you with it more than once.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Right there, right? So something that I think a lot of players do is that after a jab that you block one, right? So you block this jab. Right? Because it's point blank, right? So this is kind of uncomfortable, right? Jab happens, space out, right? It's your turn here, right?
Yeah.
Technically, but if I continue the block string, obviously this is the mix-up, right? If I continue the block string, or if I continue the light string, you'll get hit, and I can convert that into something, right?
Yeah.
But if I do one jab into nothing, right, it's your turn technically, right?
Yeah.
So what you can do is just do nothing, right? You can continue blocking in that space, right? Because if you look at the spacing, right?
And you don't get like a good like crouch medium kick drive rush here either.
Yeah, if I did it immediately and didn't delay it, it blocked you, or you just continue to block. Then what would happen is if I went for that crouching medium kick drive rush, you just have to deal with the mix-up now, right? But you don't get tagged, right? You deal with the crouching medium kick drive rush,
and then you're burnt out.
But I'd be burned out, right? But obviously, because of the meter situation here, right, I go for a non-drive rush combo, right? I take the conversion I'm going to be able to get for meterless and just live with that, right?
Yeah.
So, right, and you take some Jinrai pressure here, do whiff punish, but again, the burnout is what gets you here, right?
Yeah, because I I was a frame off. I was one frame off from killing you. It's right here.
So I will say that this combo is kind of inconsistent, even from like folks that know play Terry. A lot of folks will just go into the crouching heavy punch, and I think it's worth considering if you want to continue with this.
Yeah, I think what I did after I dropped that was like I was like, man, I should have went for an easier one, like standing heavy punch into
crouching heavy punch here off the drive rush cancel, I believe, is actually more damage because you need the 2 hits from this to make it more.
Like crouching heavy punch into like fireball into like medium kick, heavy kick, DP, level 3 kill.
But that drop is what cost you, right? Because if you had converted that, I'm done.
Yeah.
So.
And that combo is also very consistent, just because of like spacing. It's really weird.
Yeah, I would definitely consider switching your main combo off of that to like crouching heavy punch instead of stand medium punch.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is, right? Just as a consistency thing, right? One of the things that matters a lot, especially in like, in Master and all that, even though we all talk about optimal combos, we talk about wanting to maximize conversions and all that, you're going for maximum conversion there, but if you drop it, you die, right? But if you went for like an easier conversion that still ends in super there, I die, right?
Yeah.
So, and that was very close, right? You landed the hit, you clearly won the round at that point, it's just you didn't convert there, right? So something to consider.
I think even there, if I recognize that the first hit of heavy punch is blocked, I can like try and go for like a reset into like quick burn level 3, because at that point I'm dead either way. Like
you could
either
just
I get it blocked and I die, you stuff me or I die, or I land a level 3.
Yeah. So.
And then it looks sick, and I posted on Twitter.
Yeah. All right, so here
that was. I actively shook my head and looked at my hands after I hit DI. I'm gonna be, because I'm like, I know better. EXDP this. You have full bar.
You have full bar, right? No reason to not go for that. But we'll talk about the OS here in a bit. But yeah, that was a tough DI. You put
yourself way too close with the jump in, so there's no way that would have been spaced.
Yeah. Ooh.
What?
Yeah, so...
I'm sorry. I want to recount. This vote was rigged.
Something that is kind of the real secret about Ken, chat, is that when you do a space low like I just did there, most crouching medium kicks aren't gonna hit. Most of the time. Obviously, if I had backed up, it would have worked, but right here, right? But then this spacing...
Hold on.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Hold on.
That's
Hold on. I want to hold on. I want to recount on that. I'm sorry. I'm so active. Where's my recount?
Yeah. Yeah, we need
Dude,
Capcom
Terry,
to make these hitboxes.
this happens with literally everything to do with Terry too. It's dude, I'm so stubby.
Yeah. So here you delay tech the first one but didn't delay tech the second. Right?
Yeah.
So then that's fine. I mean, you want to make that decision, that's fine. I had been using meaty jab and jab pressure on you most of the game, right? So mixing that up with throws and whatnot makes it difficult to make a decision there, right? You went for delay tech on one because you thought I might walk up throw, and then I walk up throw anyway after the tick, like the tick throw, if you will. It's not a real tick throw, but we'll call it that just for the sake of argument, right? So good job not pressing throw there. Right? See, there it was, right? So I had gotten you a couple of times with that, right? Like I had gone for the throw, right? So consider that part of the conditioning aspect of a longer set, right? Especially in the first three, which is quote unquote a longer set, if you will, relative to what normal first twos are, right? So anyway, you take a full shimmy here, that's fine. So meter situation and all of that, given what's happening here, I already forgot, but if you're gonna guess what I'm gonna do, right? Most likely, I would back off, right? Wouldn't overextend because I eat a reversal here or whatever else, right?
I'd personally, if I were you, I'd be mashing that heavy punch because that's a free burnout, and either way, I'm burnt out, and you still have major life lead, and I can't really extend without drive rush on my EXDP.
Yeah, so I could go for meaty here, right? In my mind, I'm thinking they're probably going to go for some sort of reversal option. Right?
Yeah,
would be what I'm thinking, given the rounds, super meter, OD meter, all that stuff. And then I go for a light jab, and then there it is, right? There's the heavy punch to bring you out. So it's tough here in this situation because I'm forcing you to make a decision, right? You're at threat of burnout, you have a level 1, but it's up to you if you want to use it or not. I have the full life lead and the full OD bar here, right? So it's a tough decision to make to try to get out of this situation. So I think what happens is people block, and then me as the offensive player take advantage of that, right? I go for a quote-unquote tick throw setup, and since you haven't been really biting on that, I just back up and then wish punish, if you will, a stand heavy punch. Right?
Yeah.
Because this hits you if you throw. If you go for throw, you're dead, right? If you block it, you're burned out, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, which you correctly assumed, is that you could level 1 here. I'll eat it. I don't really necessarily care because I'm still so far ahead, right?
Yeah.
You take the, you ask me if I'm okay, you send me across the screen, and we're back in neutral, right? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Similar to that first game where you were, burned out in that situation, right?
Yeah.
So all I have to do here is just wait, right? And then you get caught trying to back up, right? So Josie's 2MK is rigged. Don't tell Capcom, okay, guys. Appreciate it. That's tough. I think you're trying to go for fireball, right? Oh, you're going for a crouching medium kick. Maybe you're trying to check the run.
Yeah.
Good decision to back up there. Dude, that's a nice delay, right? So your recognition of me delay teching against your drive rush on block, that was good. Right here, right? So you went for a tick throw type of thing, right? Like a jab setup. And then
I don't really know exactly like what the method is to counteract that. Like, do I do like 2 jabs there into backup, and then like if you delay jab the second one, then like I blow you up?
Yeah, this would be a hit confirm on your end. So what you would do here is if you think I'm gonna challenge you, you would go for multiple lights here, right? So so if we take a look at this. Oh, I took over the wrong player. Sorry, one sec.
Just up, even in replay takeover. I swear.
So
Yeah.
if you mash there, right, and I do a delay jab, it doesn't, my jab doesn't come out, right? And
Yeah.
I should continue blocking. So, but the thing though that happens is now you've landed your light string pressure on me. I'm blocked. Even though it's my turn now, I'm still cornered, and you have the space to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So that's typically what you would do against delay jab. I think you can do something like if I'm doing a delay jab, you can go for a throw because I can't jab and tech at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So if we do something like this, right, just immediate throw. You think I'm gonna delay jab, right? I think you can also do something like, well, I'm gonna jab, right? So yeah, throw, immediate throw, like a meaty throw would be good. You can go for a light string, or you can do some sort of stagger pressure. So, right, something like that. If the timing is good, will beat me. But that's why delay jab is kind of a stronger option against folks that are trying to do this sort of meaty pressure or tick throw pressure, right? Because what you actually did was you went for a tick throw, and because I challenged, I get a counter hit jab, right? And then for Ken, that's a huge reward, right?
Yeah.
Because now, counter hit, drive rush.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think I was trying to catch your delay tech on that.
Yeah. That's a tough one. That's a tough shimmy to deal with for sure. Doesn't
Two
always...
spacing trap characters meet in a room.
and you saw how close that was too, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm holding back for a little bit. I moved back maybe 2 frames worth, right? Look at that.
Dude.
Right.
Evil. I can't even say evil because we have the same walk speed.
Right? Yeah, and then here was my mistake. I should have killed you, but I didn't because I'm terrible at this game. But anyway, that should have been a conversion on my part, so that's a mistake I made because I went for an autopiloted combo. So for you guys in chat, if you go for an autopiloted combo, you don't have meter. Or an autopilot combo that needs meter, you don't have meter, it's not going to work out for you, right? So, I think I actually lose here because I go for a chip out and actually lose that.
Yeah.
But good recognition on your part in a couple of spots. But yeah, mid-screen shimmies are very difficult to do.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's hard to not delay tech mid-screen. But you have to kind of consider the texture of the match that had been going, basically.
My forward input didn't happen there. That's what happened.
Yeah,
I was trying to DP you, and my forward input just did not work.
Yeah. So here, again, I think this is something worth talking about. So besides the jump in, like, that would have been anti-air normally, right?
Yeah.
So I back up, and I delay my crouching medium kick, right? Because your habit that I've noticed is you wait a second, right? And then I just press, right? So something that, again, a lot of players, it's difficult to get out of this habit, right? Because, you know, it's not anyone's turn really, it's neutral. Who's pressing buttons like that, right? But this space is very uncomfortable for most people, right? It's uncomfortable for me too, don't get me wrong. But I have slight advantage because I'm the one that's coming into you, not, you know, you're obviously waking up here and all that, so get tagged. I don't convert into anything, unfortunately, but I do tag you, right? So good conversion, good throw. Okay, this is good. And then I get caught pressing, right? So that's good. Right, and then I delay jab again, right? So right, in this case, I'm looking at the spacing here, and I assume you want to press a medium button. Right? So it trades with that, so I don't have to deal with your drive rush anymore, right? Or your target combo in this case that you're gonna do, but I don't have to deal with your mix anymore. I get the trade, and I think you're actually advantage 4 frames here, but I don't think you have a button that can reach. Right?
Yeah.
So go for medium, which is fine. This is good. Continuing the pressure there, whether that's recognition of the trade being plus or whatever. You know, that it's better if it is a recognition, but pressing in that situation I think is totally fine as the player on defense, right? Technically. Right, and then I tried to delay jab again, and then you go for a heavy, right? So I think if you had gone for a medium here instead, you probably would have tagged me, right?
that adjustment because like if you like mash like a 5 frame, I win. If you mash a 4 frame, I don't win. And I just need to recognize like what type of player you're gonna be and what you're gonna mash there.
And you've seen us. We played for 3 games already at this point, I think. So
Yeah.
You know, recognizing that you could have pressed something different there might have been what you needed to do, right? So
Yeah, because that would have been crouching medium punch, drive rush,
right? So,
yada 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 yada.
right, something like that.
Yeah.
Would have worked. So something to recognize, right? And something that is you know, something at once you get into this kind of level of play, you have to understand what buttons are going to work out better for you. Like you went for the heavy, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But the spacing, I think, dictated a faster button. Because if you hit the crouching medium punch,
I can also like
dead.
I think I can also go into that even if you don't press, but I have to walk up a little bit.
Yeah. So what you're trying to get here is trying to beat the
Yeah.
fight on. Right.
Yeah.
And you're able to kill me from there, right? Because if you look at the life lead in the meter situation, I die from that, right? So
Yeah.
right, so you go for that, and then I try to drive rush out, right? And you get by shimmy, right? So this is tough. Again, I had done this to you. I had been drive rush throwing you most of the games, right?
Yeah.
Given the situation we're in here, where I can try to steal the set or seal the set, if you will, that's when some of these kind of unconventional things start happening, right? Because the conditioning from the last, I drop it here, and I actually die for this, I think. But if I had not been terrible at
I actually don't die here because I suck at comboing.
you had no meter, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there's a route that could have got you that.
There was, but I wasn't close enough for it.
So still, right? You won that one, and that's all you for sure. Being able to navigate that situation and have the wherewithal to anti-air still in that situation. Right? It's very difficult, I think, from a mental stack perspective, to be ready to anti-air in that scenario, right?
I was actually wanting you to jump there, which is why I chose to fireball instead of burn knuckle, because both are meaty situations. But one of them causes the player to think about jumping. The other one doesn't.
Right. So yeah, I think for you the main thing is that for rotation defensive options, rotation in general is good, but you also have to recognize what I'm doing as your opponent, right?
Yeah.
On both sides, offense and defense. I think that I had been getting away with delay jab a lot, and that's kind of what was beating you, I think, in some of those corner situations, right? Delay jab and a crouching medium punch, being ready for that conversion. I think your damage routes are still pretty good. You know, you're able to, when you are able to land hits, you know, you're able to get through it. A couple of unfortunate drops. We kind of talked about that being maybe a combo selection thing where you would pick a more consistent combo potentially. Not relying on kind of a tight, because that link is kind of tight. Like I played Terry for a bit and tried to use that link, and I couldn't.
It works like 99% of the time. And then there's 2 instances where it doesn't. One where I fuck up, and one where it's a spacing fuck up. Because if you don't land the crouching medium punch immediately, you're too spaced out, and the heavy punch hits on the 10th frame instead of the 9th. So it makes it a little bit tough to hit.
Yeah. So what I had been doing, and you'll have to apologize for this terrible Terry gameplay here, but this is what I've been doing, right? Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Or it's power chairs, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Because I think the damage-wise, it's a little bit harder. Like if I look at this, just this right here.
Yeah.
Right. That's 1044.
I think from right there, you might be able to get Drive Rush into heavy fireball for crouch.
Oh yeah, from the corner, yeah.
From
Right.
Well,
so,
yeah, but
yeah. If you look at if you look at the damage here, like that's 1380, but that's because you had both hits of the heavy punch, right? So like this, right? Is way easier in my mind anyway than that link, right? And under pressure, like tournament pressure, stream
That's
pressure. Whatever you wanna call it.
that's the tournament combo.
Yeah, it's worth doing. I mean, if you're just gaming, right, you're just having fun, do it. It's all good. But I think that
It
it's
doesn't make.
so anyway, Jinrai, right? So for everyone in chat here, we'll set up Jinrai here. This is that's heavy. All right. So if I look at this. Right, so that's the medium. So what I'm going to consider here is basically the crouching medium kick into medium Jinrai, right? This is something that every Ken in the history of the world will do to you, right? So that's the follow-up, right? This one is into nothing, right? And then this one is into the overhead, right? So there's two options that you can consider here. One is if the Ken is continuing to do this Jinrai pressure to you, you can mash DI. Right, so on any of these, as soon as I see the crouching medium kick, I'll mash DI. Right. So technically here, the Ken could confirm it's a level 3 in that situation, but it's tough, right? Like they have to be ready for it in that situation. The second one, and I'll even turn this on too. Right? So if I see the crouching medium kick, it's gonna hit, and then again with the overhead, I don't have to show that one, right? So, but this one I think is, if I'm not mistaken here, let's see. That's
Jesus
just him doing, that's just the Ken going nuts. Okay, well, I think I don't have it recorded. Let's just record it.
You just have regular Ken gameplay, like that clip from Twitter I posted earlier.
Yeah. So if you take a look at the light, right? So this is a interrupter, right?
Yeah.
But the there's no gap. There's no gap there, right? So between this, right? I can't do anything.
So if I mash DI and it doesn't come out,
exactly, right?
Then I can crouch dab.
Yep. So you can mash here, right? So
and that's good for like if I'm like lower on meter.
So you can mash and then just jab, right?
Yeah.
Right. Actually, with this, you get a bigger combo, right? Because it's minus 11. So even if it's spaced, right? You can get a trade with a slower button, or you can just go for the jab, right? I'm not sure what Terry's 6 frame. Maybe it is that, but this is.
It's his 6 frames crouching medium, or
so
crouching medium punch.
You have to look at the gap. I forget what it is, but yeah, you definitely get a jab there, right? So like if you're in this situation, right, and then you get a full combo from there, right? So something to consider. So that's kind of the play against a Ken that is mashed or kind of spamming Jinrai on you in that scenario.
I can officially let you know though that you just gave me a more optimal combo than me, a Terry player, knew about. Because I tried the combo out and the exact same combo but doing crouch heavy instead does about 600 more damage.
Yeah, it's because
it's 2400 to it's 2400 versus
so like 18 something.
It's 2400 versus 3000.
Okay. So yeah, I think the reason is because you don't get the second hit of the stand heavy punch.
And also scaling.
Yeah. So yeah, again, those are the two things I think that was getting. And then some of the defensive situations you just have to lab out, I think, for yourself. Like if you can record the dummy doing a delayed jab wake up and figuring out how to stagger the timing there, right? So you can delay a jab by say like 5 frames or something like that, and that would work for what you're trying to do. So again, the optimal combo stuff is the big one. I think your spacing is mostly okay actually. Where you got kind of beat was you were trying to cover what I was trying to do, and then I was whiff punishing that, right? So recognition of that situation is probably what you need to be doing. A lot of our games were actually very close. Some of it was just spaghetti on both sides. It's what it is. But yeah,
as it happens when you're playing two spacing trap characters and we're both trying to spacing trap each other.
Mm-hmm. When you're playing two Shotos, right? Shoto space control, right? I do think one other thing I'll mention is I do think Terry's Fireball is still really good against Ken, especially. So you should probably be doing that more.
Yeah, I especially like doing like like whenever, because you like you do like like double or triple fireball more often than you do single fireball. So like definitely going into like parry into light fireball instead of like trying to get out medium. So it goes underneath your second fireball.
Yeah, I mean, understanding my fireball timing right is probably part.
Yeah.
It's part of neutral, right? So that all said, so run the set here.
Run the ones right now.
Run it back.
First to 100. First to 100, winner takes all.
Winner takes all. It's gonna be 100 to 99. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's just consider the spacing you're playing at, and consider the options that I'm choosing on defense, right? So,
Yeah.
anyway, good luck.
I'm going to need it.
Fighting master. Round one.
Oh, I'm dead. Oh, not quite.
What? Terry does no damage. Bro, what is this character?
Nice check.
That was not bad. No.
Oh. Very nice. Very nice.
At that point, I was just thinking, it's either you super or you die.
Yeah.
You're spinning that level 3.
Oh.
No, I forgot I don't in there. All right.
Oh, what? Okay.
Oh, works out anyway?
Oh, weird.
I think I could have thrown that. I was in the air a decent bit.
Yeah, maybe. It was kind of meaty though, so you might have gotten counter hit.
Either way, I'm dying.
Yeah, you have no meter, right? So it's difficult.
That's what I get for dropping my combo.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
That was tough.
My plus should be +5 there.
Yeah, you are until you move.
I just mashed throw. Oh, I'm not hit confirming.
Oh, I didn't block? Dang.
Oh, does he telling me to block?
No, I didn't block. Like, I just ate
I'm,
reversal.
that's what I'm saying. Josie, you're here telling me to block stuff? No, where's my parry? My parry. Dude, this happens every time. I'll be holding down parry, and shit will just not come out. Stop that. You know better. Maybe I don't know better. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, wait. Says he's rusty? Damn.
Oh, see, this is why you always go for super.
Oh, I thought I had more health. I thought I could block one. This isn't fair. I wasn't allowed to block my one. Game's rigged. What?
Your Oppo West didn't come out, huh?
Dude. Dude, Terry sucks. What do you mean? What do you mean I was 10 feet into your leg and nothing hit?
Maybe they just those hitboxes later, huh?
You need to adjust something. I'm calling Capcom. Again. 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 Again.
Oh, that was like,
Dude, I'm the fact that I didn't hit confirm any of those and I hit you like 10 times.
yeah. Well, yeah, he had no meter, right? So it can be kind of tough.
Oh, I can still do that. Who needs meter? Meters for characters who are drive hungry. How do I guess that right every time? No. No.
The mid-screen.
God, dude, that was heck if I do, heck if I don't, man.
So I think, but I'll be honest, I think that was a lot
Yeah.
better. The defensive decisions there were probably more varied. You recognize more about what I was doing on offense, right? Especially a lot of the jab pressure, right? I think that's something that it's difficult to deal with is Ken's jab pressure there, because if I land one meaty jab, right, the mix-up is real there, right? You have to guess if I'm going to throw, if I'm going to continue pressure, if I'm going to back off, like what's going on. So, but yeah, I think again, like you made better defensive decisions in this round. Like I definitely had to work harder to show more setups and more very offensive options in those scenarios. I think some of the neutral game stuff, like the spacing stuff, maybe it's just unfortunate that Terry's hitboxes are what they are. Something to work on in the lab, I think, just be a little bit closer. And then the one thing I think is just be careful of when you decide to walk back. Right? Blocking a hit is typically in my opinion, a poor time to try to back up. Instead, what I think people should be doing is trying to take their turn back with a jab. Right? Or if you think they're going to do something like that, like what I was doing, jab, stagger, crouch, medium kick, something like take your turn back with like a button. Right? If you think of doing medium kick, maybe like a 6 frame, 5 frame, whatever it is. Or just block it out, right? Because what happens? I'm going to lose 3 bars unblocked. Usually with a strike throw mix up once. I'm down 3 bars, and I've dealt you 1,200 health. Right?
Yeah.
Like, unless it's going to kill you, it's not the worst thing in the world. Right? So.
Yeah.
But yeah. Cool. So
thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions you got?
No. That was very helpful. Thank you.
Perfect. All right.
Thank
folks.
you, Josie.
Yeah. Of course. So thanks guys for tuning in. I guess the correct thing to do here is I'm supposed to raid somebody, right? So I'm just gonna pick somebody on here. You guys like League, right? Let's see, how do I raid somebody? I don't know how to do this. I think it's this here. I'm supposed to push some buttons or something. Sure. You guys like really legends, right? So anyway, thanks guys for tuning in. I'm gonna try to do these once or twice a week. Sign up on the Fight Rise Discord if you want to check out more content. So appreciate you guys. Yeah, check out Fight Rise if you aren't on there already. If you see that, take a look for the thread under trainer requests. Put your name in, see if I have some information. I can try to help you out with a session like this. Again, thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good day.